This is a Headgum original.
Wow.
Right?
Right into it.
Oh, so we are doing counts. Okay.
Can I make this a little quieter? No offense.
Amir can do that for you.
Wow.
Christmas came early this year. Another guest on the show. New show to the network, but not new show to people's ears, right?
Hopefully not. Hopefully
What's that?
not. I said hopefully not.
So, but hopefully, because then the numbers go up. You gain new listeners,
Totally.
new ad
Yeah.
packages. Suddenly you're wearing a Rolex.
Totally.
Let's freaking go, dude.
Right
What's
now I have a
that?
Timex.
I said let's go, dude.
What's that?
What's that?
Geoffardy
Um,
has a soundboard
yeah.
of people saying what he's already saying. So it's a
Cool.
little confusing.
Oh,
Because you don't really
interesting.
know his voice either.
Yeah.
So you hear
No, we've
what's
never
that,
met.
and it could be Jeff saying it, or it could be somebody else saying what's that.
Exactly.
So
That's awesome.
you had a recording handy of someone else saying, "What's that?"
Yeah.
What's that?
Who is that?
That's Casey, who's a producer slash podcast host here too. It's
You'll
kind
probably get
of
to
we're
know Casey.
throwing you into the
I want to
mix
be on
very
the board.
quickly.
I want to be on the board.
Wow.
And that might be the sound.
That's
That might be,
good.
I want to be on the board.
That's really good. Chairman of the soundboard.
Sorry, just 1 second.
All right.
Just 1 second, because I actually want to dive into the deal, right? Because you guys are new to the network, but an existing show with a kind of big fan base.
Totally
Well,
massive,
well,
massivo. We have 30 fans.
We have 30 listeners.
We have a
But
community.
Die hard.
Yeah.
Strong
Super
community
diehard.
of they call themselves the 30.
Yeah. They're kind of like the
And-
300, but less.
Yeah, but less
Exactly.
than that.
And but they're
270 less.
but more muscular and stronger.
Also, if you have 30 fans that truly buy every product that advertises,
Can I
that's
tell-
probably more people using the coupon code than on any other show.
Can I tell you a toxic conversation I had one time in Miami, Florida?
You
Go
know.
on.
I'm at a gay event in Miami, Florida for New Year's almost exactly a year ago. And
Sure.
a gay person I had never met was kind of negging me
course.
near constantly. And he said at some point, he was talking. Oh, well, first he like gestured towards my friends and was like, it's great that they let you go on their podcast. I mean, I think even just being like a viable podcast guest is probably really helpful for your touring. And I was like, well, I have my own podcast. And he was like, I didn't know that. And I was like, I do. And he was like, yeah, well, I'm sure that's helpful too. I mean, it starts with porn. You know, if you have 1,000 people who are willing to pay $5 a month to watch you have sex, like that's a good living. And I was like, I don't do porn.
No, I
It's-
host a podcast.
Wow.
But yeah, and then he was assuming we only had 1,000 listeners.
I'm really traumatized by the phrase viable podcast guest.
I know.
Like, congratulations, you're a viable podcast
And you can imagine
guest.
who he was gesturing towards.
I can imagine exactly.
You can use your imagination.
Oh, my imagination's big, big,
And
big.
then let's go
And-
first and last.
And
Let's
this
go
is
first and
just
last.
trivia.
Let's go first and last name of who you're talking
You wish.
about.
Keep
I
dreaming,
could-
freak.
Yeah, keep dreaming freak.
Come
Oh,
on,
keep
come
dreaming
on.
freak
Keep
should be
dreaming, freak could be my catchphrase.
That's
Yeah.
also. Are you gonna spend the whole hour just trying to make
Yes.
shoehorn it? Yep.
Yes.
Yes is good too.
I actually like viable podcast guest as my Twitter bio.
And then I will say at the gay party, we were in Miami, and Real Housewives of Miami is like the moment right now.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So we kept doing this bit to each other where we would, every time someone went to the bathroom, when they came back, people would be like, oh my God, you just missed Larsa and Marisol were here, who were two of the housewives. And like, since we kept doing it, like you should know, like they're pranking you. But when it happens to you each time, you're like, oh my God, where are they? And so then we went to this gay party. It's literally a gay neon party of gay people wearing neon. And then I'm walking and I'm literally thinking I'm like seeing an oasis in a desert because I see Jill Zarin's daughter, Ali Shapiro from
Yeah.
Real Housewives of New
Shout
York
out.
early seasons. And I'm like, what? Like, why is she here? And I try to talk to her, and she's visibly disgusted by me. And her boyfriend's like, she loves it. She's really overwhelmed. I was like, Ali, I'm a huge
Wait,
fan.
she cares?
What?
She cares about you?
No, she didn't care about me. But I care about her, and I wanted to interact with her as someone
she
I'd seen on
loves it, as in
television.
she loves the attention.
She loves the attention.
Not she loves it, as in she loves your work.
She loves the gay community. She loves you as a gay man, knowing
Yeah.
who she is. I was
Yeah.
like, okay, cool. So then now I'm in a position, I'm alone in the party. I see Ali Zarin at this gay neon event. Now I have to go to my friends after we've been pranking each other all day saying we saw Larsa Pippen. And I have to say, Ali Shapiro Zarin is here and like ask them to believe me.
Say that 5 times fast.
And it was truly Boy Who Cried Wolf.
Yeah.
Boy who cried Ollie. Ali?
Ali.
Ali
Ali.
Shapiro Zarin is here.
Larsa Pippen,
Yeah.
famous in the sports world now.
Sure.
Because she's dating Michael Jordan's son.
Scottie Pippen's ex-wife is dating Michael Jordan's son.
Yeah, she's had an incredible journey on
Michael
Housewives.
Jordan's son.
Yes,
How
they're,
old is that
and they're
person?
engaged. They're like he's like 38,
To be
maybe?
married, surely not.
Do you know her
think
Housewives
so.
journey?
I don't know anything about her beyond that she's Scottie Pippen's ex-wife and going to marry Michael Jordan's son.
Yeah. So when she was on, so Real Housewives of Miami premiered in 2010 to dismal numbers, and she was in the original cast, and she was still married to Scottie, and then Real Housewives of Miami was canceled after three seasons. She kind of disappeared from the zeitgeist, and then it came back in 2022 or something. Larsa Pippen returned, and she had been, in a word, yassified. Like, she literally looked completely different, had the biggest ass anyone's ever seen in their life.
Digitally or fake?
Real.
But-
Well, so it's been the source of controversy.
TBD,
A lot of the Housewives of Miami are Latina, and so when she came back, she had this amazing ass. She'd spent a lot of time with the Kardashians in the Kardashian compound, and so everyone's like, "You're going to their doctors," and she's like, "It's real. It's from working out." And then this woman, Adriana, accused her of having a Brazilian butt lift, and she said that was actually appropriate because she is Brazilian, and so that she should be the one who has a Brazilian butt lift.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think now that I've spent a couple days in LA, I want to return to New York yassified.
Yeah.
How do you do that so quickly?
You gotta
have
go to the
have-
Kardashian compound.
I need to go have surgery.
Well, then Larsa Pippen posted on Instagram this is my butt workout, so I obviously started doing it. And then I said at work, I was like, I'm doing Larsa Pippen's butt workout. And everyone laughed at me, and they were like, it's fake. And I'm just so naive. If you tell me your butt's real, I'll believe you.
You have
How's your
to.
butt?
My butt's actually getting so good.
Really?
How do you figure?
Squats?
What do you mean? What are you doing?
Well, I go to Farrah's down the road,
There you go.
and but then I go on. So it's Farrah's has their classes Mondays, Tuesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays for my build program, and so Mondays are squats, but Thursdays are deadlifts. So there's two ass days kind of built in.
Absolutely.
But then on Saturdays I go and I just do my own thing, and I really just do chest and ass.
Vanity muscles.
You know,
You don't
backs
need
and
anything
buys,
else.
chest and ass,
Yeah,
and
for
then
straight guys,
shoulders
the
and
vanity
ass.
muscles are chest and thighs, and for gay guys, it's
Chest and
chest and
ass.
ass.
Yeah.
But it's
Yeah.
getting there. I took some amazing images in my hotel room 2 nights ago.
It was part of my personal brand for a minute.
Is Pharaoh's.
You remember? Not Pharaoh's.
Oh.
Asses.
Ass.
Really, I've never had a good ass in my life, and I'm just getting it.
I posted my ass on Maine.
Really, I'm getting to a place where I want to do that, but I want to be taken seriously as an intellectual. But
That's not what happened.
the thing about having a badass and then building a good ass is
And being a badass.
and being a
Let's
badass
fucking go.
is that you then want to return to everyone you've ever had sex with and say look at me now.
100%.
You know what I mean?
I look
Yeah.
worse. I look worse than I did.
I just want those who've rejected me in the past
Sure.
to see my current ass.
You're talking about a revenge body.
I'm talking about a revenge specifically.
To bring it back to the Kardashian compound. You're giving revenge body.
Yeah.
Amir, have you ever had a revenge body?
No, I've never had anybody, unfortunately. I used to go to the gym. Was that to transition or we're still talking?
It did that thing where it's kill the page. And so I had to kill the page and then refresh. And then when I refreshed, it automatically pressed the button that I
Got it. So that was unrelated.
Interesting.
To
But also,
anything
I'm not
else.
that interested in what you have to say.
Okay.
Huh, I am.
Well, I was just saying I used to go to the gym to lift weights and stuff before the pandemic. Pandemic happens, I don't go anymore. And I find it hard to get the energy and desire to lift weights because it's not as fun. So now I'm playing tennis and basketball, stuff that gets you running, but by accident because you're playing the sport.
Can I ask you 2 questions?
Sure.
One is, are you single or partnered?
I just got married last month.
Okay.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
How'd you meet?
We met through a dating app, but our friends tried to set us up before that.
Okay.
Okay.
Sorry, back to Pat.
And then secondly, so being partnered makes it hard, I think, to get motivation to go to the gym.
Because you don't need to have a revenge body anymore.
Yeah, you don't need to be peacocking, and you don't need. Yeah, I think that the 2 ways to feel motivated to get to the gym is either to be single
Yeah.
and sad about it, or to be gay but partnered to someone who's hotter than you. and then
And that's why I don't go to the gym.
yeah. And then my second question. Oh, my second thing is, what's fun about Pharos is that it's because I was a big runner, and I
Yeah.
get very motivated by numbers and 4 weeks ago I did the same workout and these were my mile splits, and so
Yeah.
what can I do in 8 weeks or something like that?
Yeah.
And so I think for me, just lifting, it's hard to get motivated, but if I really keep track of what I'm doing, I can get really motivated athletically.
That's
to
why you
pursue
have the build program.
When
That's why I
I
have
hear
the
the
build program
word
in place.
pharaohs now, the way you brought it into my life, I literally glaze over and my body leaves, my soul leaves my body.
It's a great name, Pharaohs, for a gym.
Yeah.
It's unlike any other gym name.
Yeah.
Ow.
So long.
That
Bond
was
of the
really
week.
long.
Sorry about that. Bond of the week.
What's that?
Basically, this is a segment we've done that everybody hates.
Great.
From the moment that Daniel Craig was out as Bond, we've been every week
If
lobbing
you
up.
think I know about that, you're
I
crazy.
know.
What is that?
Daniel Craig was 007.
Okay.
I think he's so hot.
He's not hot to
a
me.
beautiful
Really?
man.
What do
you guys
really,
think?
No, me either. Whatever
we
Kat
have
says.
such we have such
He's not my type.
we have really different types.
And every now and then we have an overlap.
But Daniel Craig is like very my type and very not your type.
Which is like Eagle.
What?
Very
do you mean?
Eagle.
What's Eagle?
What's Eagle?
You know, there's like the Eagle handsome, there's the bear handsome, there's the
like
golden
Instagram
retriever.
presents you with those
Exactly
infographics
right.
of like what kind of hot
is that
there
for the gay community?
I think it's just
But
for
not
men.
is this for men who buy supplements?
who buy not BI, who buy supplements?
Yeah.
Bisexual
Not our-
supplement.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's supplementary buy. Wait, supplementarily. I'm so tired.
That's
I
the
know, we just
soundboard.
did a pod.
Supplementarily. That's merch.
My new drag name. Okay, sorry.
I guess he's an eagle. I can't remember the infographic. He's just muscular and
Yeah.
has broad shoulders.
So every week since he's been out as Bond, we've been lobbing up our casting decisions for the next 00.
Okay.
This week, my pick is Jane Fonda because she would then be
interesting.
James Bonda.
Oh,
That's
that's
great.
cute. I would say Sarah Michelle Gellar.
That's really good.
Did you say?
or Jemima Kirk
Jemima Kirk.
because she's British.
Yeah, she'd be so good.
Did you say James Bonda or James Bonda?
We do have to take a break.
This show is sponsored by BetterHelp. Now, guys, there's a few things about myself that I'd love to keep the same in 2024. I want to keep the same energy. Keep that same energy of the podcast. I'm not going to let up. I'm not going to go easy on anyone. I'm not going to go easy on Amir. I'm not going to let Casey keep getting away with his druthers. I'm not going to let Marika take the reins any more or less than she should. It'll be exactly how much and how often I want her to take the reins. Does that make sense? But, people often want to reorganize their life around the new year. People get obsessed with how to change themselves instead of just expanding on what they're already doing right? And I'm doing a lot of things right with the show, I have to say. Maybe, somebody has finally organized one part of their space, but they want to tackle another. Or maybe they're taking their supplements every morning and now they just want to actually eat breakfast too. Well, therapy can help you find your strengths so that you can ditch the extreme resolutions for the new year and make changes that really stick. I'm in therapy twice a week, actually, and it's beneficial. I have to say that it's a grounding force in what is otherwise a chaotic, teeter-tottery wavelength that I'm constantly on. She's the only one that keeps me going. So I couldn't recommend it enough. And if you're thinking of starting therapy, start with BetterHelp. It's entirely online, designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. Just fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist and switch therapists at any time for no additional charge. Celebrate the progress you've already made with BetterHelp. Visit BetterHelp.com/what's-that today to get 10% off your first month. Again, that's BetterHelp, HELP.com/what's-that. Thanks, BetterHelp. Are you a millennial who misses what life was like in the 2000s? Have you had a hard time finding new or curated music? Are you interested in multiple perspectives on relationships, dating, and music? Then you're going to love See the Thing Is, a podcast hosted by Grammy Award-winning R&B artist Bridget Kelly and media personality and podcast trailblazer Mandy B. Twice a week, Bridget and Mandy have nostalgic conversations in their grown segments, political pop culture conversations in their honest segments, and relationship hot take conversations in the slightly toxic segment. The opinions on the show are real and brought to you by the genuine connections the ladies have with the guests, who they like to call their friends with benefits. Each week, you'll leave with some new music recommendations or a curated playlist that you didn't even know you needed in their freshly squeezed music segment. Most recently, the ladies have sat down with Ari Lennox, Big Freedia, Remy Ma, and Neo. So go check it out. Follow and subscribe to See the Thing Is on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or on YouTube. New audio episodes drop every Tuesday and Friday, and visuals are available on YouTube Wednesdays and Saturdays. Check it out.
Oh my god.
And we're back.
Wait,
Definitely.
so loud.
Sorry about
Definitely
that.
loud.
Do you guys have any James Bond of the week or Jane
Well-
Fonda of the week?
So
First
it
of
is. You did say Jane's.
Who is that actress you brought up yesterday?
Where?
When someone, if you feel safe me saying this, when someone asked you about someone on Ryan Reynolds' tier,
Oh, Courtney Cox.
and you said, "Great."
I
Tier
was
of
in
fame, or
I was in a work meeting for a short-term gig where I found myself sitting on a Zoom being asked by a straight man, "Are there any celebrities we're not thinking of?" To which I had to reply, "No, are there any A-listers we're not thinking of, like Ryan Reynolds level?" And I had to say, "Do you mean just name celebrities?" And he said, "Yeah." And so I paused for 5 seconds and said, "Courtney Cox."
When
Yeah.
I hear Ryan Reynolds, I think Courtney Cox.
Amir, Bond of the week? Or?
Not a person, but just a name that I happen to like
Mhm.
is Allison Felix.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, would
Is
be
that a
cool-
person or is that just a name?
just a cool name? That
Allison
awesome.
Felix.
Well, it also
That's
is a
awesome.
person.
Is it?
She's like a many time Olympic champion. And
Allison
the-
Felix.
Let's fucking
Really?
go.
Yeah, she's the most famous.
Oh.
Probably
Ow! Are you always like this?
Yep.
she's probably the most famous.
You always like this.
I'm so I'm an HSP, highly sensitive person.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Me
so
too.
you don't want to hear giant metal being dropped in your ears.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
quirky
Sometimes
like that.
I'll do like one off or like maybe keep it down here.
I think one off
Sometimes keeping it
is
on
like the
the-
kind of the singer's go to. Like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm also that though. I'm also the HSP, whatever cat is.
Allison
Yeah.
Felix must have been in my head from like an Olympian.
Yeah,
like,
she was
8
in.
years ago.
She's huge in the news in 2021 because it was her 4th Olympic team, which is very rare for a sprinter because sprinters' careers are shorter, and
Yep.
obviously it's like 16 years, 17 because of COVID. And she went pro as like a 17-year-old as a 100-meter runner, and then she's been to every Olympics since I guess Beijing, maybe Athens even.
Okay, let me think of a new name then. I'll say just creating one off the top on the fly, not really a real person, but Jackie Joyner Kersey for James
What?
Bond. Yeah.
Jackie Joyner Lucas.
Who?
Forget it.
Okay.
This brings us to our first segment. Which is worse?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna present you guys with two things, both that are either really bad or really neutral or good.
Okay.
So you have to say which of the two is worse.
Okay.
So number one is charity for a cause that doesn't matter, or chastity for a cause that does.
Which
Which is worse,
chastity for a cause that does.
right? Because that doesn't help the charity.
And I think
Yeah.
that charity is so for a cause that doesn't matter is so funny. Like I think of not that this doesn't matter, but it harkens back to homeless, not toothless from Real Housewives of Beverly Hills.
yeah.
Which is where they give unhoused people
Grills.
like veneers.
Veneers.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
That's awesome.
Have you guys ever donated to a charity that you thought mattered? And
No.
then
Oh, wait, sorry. Finish what you were saying.
forget it. Number two is Madison Square Garden's carbon footprint or monosodium glutamate's character assassination. So,
I
how
don't-
much power does MSG take and how does that affect the environment? And then also the fact that MSG was sort of
Oh.
bastardized
Yeah.
against its
I think I feel like I answered the last one.
I don't know.
I think the latter.
That's really tough.
I
God.
think, I think the latter because I don't like when there's like I feel like in the nutrition community there's always like fatty
Villains.
like things that are said where it's like sugar's
Right,
so bad
right.
and then like 5 years later it's like actually it's really good and then it's like
Yeah.
fat's so good for you actually it's so bad for you actually whatever
Yeah.
and it's like actually stop trying to like oversimplify it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree. And also Madison Square Garden, it might be leaving a carbon footprint, but it's like bringing the fun.
exactly right. I'll agree
Yeah,
with that.
like when I
Amir.
famously saw Louis C.K. live in Madison Square
Shout
Garden as a
out.
special
recently.
Very
when I
recently.
famously
Last
saw him
week.
recently.
Last week, yeah.
I was at my straight friend's wedding party and like
Why'd you specify straight? Like I feel attacked almost because you said that, and then it's like straight into the Louis C.K.
well it's
Mm.
germane because
Well, you're right, Jermaine.
That's such a good word.
because it was a straight wedding all the other groomsmen were straight and so they were giving like thank you whatever experiences so they brought all the other ones to a hockey game and then I think because I was gay they were like let's do something in the arts and so they brought me
Oh my God.
so then I had to sit through 2 hours of Louis C.K. like waxing poetic about like
Airline
women's
seatbelts,
reproductive rights.
yeah.
Yeah.
Would you rather have seen hockey game?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I would have rather probably see. I was also like 24 days sober, and I was like, can I just sit this one out? Like,
24 days sober.
All right, number
Oh.
3. Which is worse, 2 people with the same name dating each other, but they are compatible?
are they same sex?
It doesn't matter. Unspecified.
It's not always about that.
I know, but it actually to me that it's actually germane.
Let's say.
Again, your friend Jermaine.
Let's say
New
same
segment.
sex
What's-
then.
Okay,
Same sex.
same sex couple dating same name.
Yep.
Okay.
Or, which is worse, 2 people with different names not dating each other, but they are compatible.
What's worse? Probably the same name dating.
Really?
Yeah, because the second thing is nothing.
I don't know why. I can't. I'm not processing a single word you're saying. I don't know everything you say. I'm like, wait, what does that even mean? I'm like, I don't know if I'm sleep deprived, but I'm like, dude, what?
I think Jeff
yeah.
is like the cotton candy of men. So like he says stuff and then it just disappears before it reaches your brain.
No, so did you say? Oh, did you just boo?
I said, ooh.
That sounds yummy.
Well, I think that
But without the sugar part. So
it's
sort of
not
just
even just-
loose cotton.
Yeah, cotton swabs.
I think that
Call me Cotton Rob.
to me the first one's worse. But if they were, I think it's really cool when there's like a Taylor Lautner situation where like he's dating a Taylor.
Yeah.
And that's really cool and good. But when 2 gays the same name date, I think that's actually like harmful.
Has that ever happened to you or a loved one?
oh my god. I think that's why my brain isn't processing these things. I'm like,
Number
I'm
4, which is worse,
reeling.
being in a coma, but during a period of time that was worth missing. Or 2, having a barbecue, but on a really, really hot day.
what's worse?
Yeah.
The
Being in a
second one.
coma.
No, 100%.
Oh no, I
Some
think
of them
that
are
having a
givens.
barbecue. I think having a barbecue on a hot day.
I think that sounds lovely.
Okay, number 5.
I would love to be in a coma.
I know you would.
Medically induced? Or?
I would take a medically induced. Someone prescribed me a coma.
No.
For what?
I think I just need to like skip a chunk of life right now.
Right.
Currently?
Yeah, I
like
would
you're
take a
doing
coma. Like
You're doing amazing.
I know, but I think.
Thomas.
I just want to be
I know,
asleep
but-
for a
Thomas,
month.
sweetie.
But don't you think if I could skip the next month, I would be even in a better?
No, because I think you
I would
would
wake up from
you'd
the
be
coma.
starting where you are now.
When you go through a coma, do you process grief?
All right, number 5. Which is worse, wearing a bandana as a shirt, but it's too big to be sexy, or wearing footed pajamas to an okay darty.
What's a
Definitely,
darty?
everything about footed pajamas is bad, and everything about
and
darty
okay,
is
what's a
bad.
darty?
It's a day party.
Oh yeah, that's got to be worse.
That's
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
But there's
'cause it's
nothing
hot
better
out.
than when a fucking snatched girl in
Yeah,
Survivor wears
big
her
tits.
wears her like tribal buff as her like tube top.
Yep.
There's nothing that'll ever beat that for me.
Yeah.
I wish.
You-
I just wish that my body type allowed to like have a backless bandana
Yeah,
top. And it's
yeah.
okay, like in my next life. Or if
You
I go
could
to
do it.
if I go to the compound and if I go get some surgery, I can make that happen.
You and I will cool sculpt after this.
Yeah, I
This is
would-
the beginning of a beautiful
I don't want
plastic
that to happen to
surgery
me. You
cool
know,
carpool.
We're a beautiful carpool. Cool sculpting is so scary to me because
yeah,
of
what's
the,
that? Linda Evangelista.
yeah, and a lot of people have like these side hooks where they get all lumpy. And no
Yeah.
offense, that's beautiful
Yeah.
too.
Well, they also said that about the Panera charged lemonade, and I'm on my 4th
I
one.
want that so
No,
bad.
Pat. I cannot be going on air telling everyone what happened to you.
I want the caffeine lemonade from Panera that killed someone.
Exactly.
It killed
right.
two,
Somebody?
more than
Yeah.
one, more than one.
No, I think just
Yeah,
one.
now
Two
two.
people.
Okay.
Oh my God.
All right, which is worse, cheating on your partner on the exact same night that they decide also separately to cheat on you, or being monogamous but being generally satisfied by that?
The first
The first one's
First one's interesting because you never really hear about that.
Well, the first
Yeah.
one, it's like you just
Cheating.
need to be open about having an open relationship.
Exactly right.
You just need to be communicative.
That's all cheating, I think.
Yeah.
You either
Being-
don't want to be with the person or you want to be open.
Yeah.
It's
But being
almost better when it's
open,
double.
Yeah, being open, it's like it doesn't work
That's what I
for
was
me
gonna say. Me
personally.
either. Me
And
either.
no
But it-
disrespect.
A lot of people I know it does work for.
Straight.
I don't. But, I know
Straight
one
up?
straight couple, but
That
they're
works?
both bi. Is the thing. I think you both need to be bi.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sort of like
If
a
you're
Michael
straight,
Peterson thing.
if you're straight, you can have an open relationship if you're bi.
All right. Which is worse, buying a dog from a breeder or not speaking up when your voice could really help someone in need?
Which is worse.
Number
Yeah.
2, sweetie.
That's what I was
Number
gonna say.
2.
The dog's
number
already
2.
alive.
Yeah, the dog's already alive.
That was which is worse. Thank you guys so much for playing along.
That was difficult for me.
Thank you to this side of the room. Amir, why don't you really participate? I know that you're thinking
Amir,
about
what's
the
going on with
voice.
you?
I know
I
you're
feel
thinking
like I
about what
participated.
the
Are you
smell of
stressed-
cracking open a fresh
Well,
can of
whenever I
balls.
talk, you sort of cut me off with a
No,
really
what do you
loud
mean I always
sound
cut you
effect.
off? Because I'm
It's
always
like
trying to...
Pavlovian response, but
Response, that's
yeah,
what I was
you're
gonna
sort
say,
of
yeah.
creating this negative feedback.
It's a negative
loop where
feedback. It's
I'm
an
now
Ouroboros of nonsense
de-incentivized
and
to
joy.
weigh
Yeah,
in
it's
because
sort
it
of
hurts
like-
us
because
every
what we
time I
do is we
talk. I feel
aspire
like
to
you're
wisdom on the
training me
show.
to be quiet.
In a way,
it's
'cause
hitting
that's
it.
what-
It's actually working.
What I'm trying to
is
do,
what the
what I'm
annoying
trying to
part
do
is.
is make
I'm
sure
trying
that
to
every
talk
time you try to
despite
talk,
the
yeah, you
fact
try to
that
get a
you're
word
the
in
host.
edgewise.
You're
I
not
make it a negative
helping
experience
me.
for you.
You're being
I'm
the
not
host, and that's
joying
act
for
like
others.
we're butting heads.
Because now
as
the
I
energy in the room
speak.
is starting to swirl in this sort
Exactly.
of like, infinity loop.
Yes, it's a
that
negative
starts to
feedback
sour
cycle.
everyone else. Yeah, it's hard to have a guest on.
Right,
and
and
have
I
us
didn't
in
want
the
to
room.
do that. That's why I
Yeah,
was giving them
exactly
space
right.
to answer.
I think the 4 of us should go get tattoos to
Another
commemorate
good
this.
soundboard idea.
To commemorate this episode.
What would
Are you annoyed that you're here and not playing tennis?
No, I'm playing tennis, but at 4. So this is a good. I'm getting an
playing
hour
at
of
4.
talking and then an hour of playing.
I
Sorting
have
it
to go
out.
do a
Who are you playing with?
voiceover thing. after this.
3 buddies of mine.
Oh,
Name them. Sutton Strachey.
First
Name
and
them.
last.
One of them is
First
also
and
Name
last.
'em.
Amir.
Do you know that? Name them.
No.
Oh God! Not to keep bringing up Housewives, but it's an iconic scene where like Kyle Richards is sitting down with Sutton.
Oh yes, I've
Strachey.
seen that meme.
Yes,
Yes.
and Kyle's like, "You're always acting so crazy. So many times you act crazy, Sutton." And Sutton goes, "Name them." And then Kyle starts naming them, but she keeps cutting off like, "Name them." And Kyle's like, "When at my birthday, when you just name them, when we were in Vegas, name them."
naming them.
And then like Kyle, and you really
I
liked
wanna
Kyle
see
so
that
much.
clip.
Yeah,
you really sold me on that
Name 'em.
clip.
This is an ad.
I bet.
This is Geoffardy!
Oh, cool.
Geoffardy is the name of the game. It's sort of the Headgum podcast version of Jeopardy. Sort of, yeah. Everything you see on here will be for actual cash. I'm bringing the money back. But you could also end up in debt. So let's be careful here because there are negative point values.
It looks like your computer's almost dead.
Really?
Oh, scary.
That's stressing me out.
I timed it perfectly with your heart out. So
Well, I'll still have half
I was
an
waving
hour.
at my new
really?
friend, but she didn't see me.
Anya?
Yeah,
Anya iced you.
that's so.
I thought that one person was Jake when I first walked in, but it wasn't.
Marty looks like Jake.
Yeah.
Which is kind of confusing because me, Marty, and Jake like started Headgum and worked together all the time. And a lot of people look like me, and not a lot of people look like them too.
Totally.
So when you see me and Marty, you
Yeah.
automatically assume it's me and Jake.
1000%.
And the weird thing is like there's nobody who really looks like me at the company, even though if you walk down the street over here, you see 15 people. That
You
look
need to
like me.
hire one of them.
I don't know what happened or what the universe brought Jake and Marty together, but it's a very confusing situation.
Totally.
speaking of very confusing situations, let's get into Geoffardy. Team 1 is going to be Kat, Team 2 is Pat, and Team 3 is a Matt.
That's my name.
Amir at, yeah.
A Morat.
So let's start with Kat. Why don't you start us off here? You control the board for some reason.
I don't really know how Jeopardy works.
And I was going to ask that. I didn't want to insult your intelligence, but
I don't know how intelligent it makes you to know how it works.
really?
Like, do you watch
I've been
it every day?
staking my entire sort of self-worth on that.
Oh, like I'll have something for 100. I
Yeah,
know.
our
I know how
categories-
this works.
Yeah. Our categories are morning joys.
Okay, I'll do morning joys for 200.
Okay, just for the audio listeners though. Morning joys, unlikely aphrodisiacs, railroad gauges, celebrities who saw their mommies kissing Santa Claus and were affected by it, and do.
What's do?
It's
Mwah.
sort of, yeah. So,
Okay.
all right, morning joys for 100, you said?
2.
200. Here we go. When you have a sneaking suspicion that you might order pancakes for the table and a round of mimosas along with your sandwich.
So now I say, like, what is?
Yeah, you have to answer in the form of
In
a
the form of a
question.
question.
And this
Okay.
is the answer.
Okay, let me look.
But we could all answer if we think of one. If we
Yes,
like
absolutely.
Yeah,
that
you just
feeling
gotta
when
buzz
like
in.
Yeah.
like brunch is going off when you're going off at brunch.
That's absolutely correct. What is when you have a hunch that brunch
Oh.
might devolve into drunch? Back to Kat.
Wait, she gets points for that?
It's close enough.
It
that
has
was
to be
really
close enough.
Was it?
Yeah.
I can't tell if you're bullying.
Jeopardy
I
rules,
actually feel
like
really
anything in
stupid
this
right now.
same.
No. That, as far as Geoffardy goes,
Yeah.
you got it right.
Okay.
That's nailing it. The fact that you said brunch, which was one of the words in the answer, puts you in the top 1%.
All right, Kat still controls the board.
Oh, I do it again?
Yep.
All right. What, you want that one?
I really want the do, just out of curiosity.
Okay, well let's do for 300.
Nice.
Wow,
Do
to start
for
with 300 is rare.
What Amir is.
Isn't that funny that I wanted that
What
one?
is-
That is weird.
I'm having to get in the head of the person who wrote
please.
it. But I'm gonna
Which
say what
is-
is
yeah.
dumb.
That's really good guess for what he has in mind.
Oh,
Incorrect. Pat, I don't want to do this to you, but you do owe me $300.
Oh
Yeah.
my
As
god!
it stands,
You
as
go
it
in the
stands,
red.
you might get
Okay,
the
okay,
money back.
okay.
Or your money might go to... You guys know It's a Wonderful Life? Guys, you got it all wrong.
I have an answer.
Your money's
Yeah, I
not
have an
here.
answer.
Your money's in his
One
house.
second. I'm
Yep.
trying to answer the question.
Okay, yeah, let's figure it out.
Bless
Dun-
you.
A dunkle, which is a dumb uncle.
Nah.
Well,
What Amir is.
Kat, do you want to posit a guess? Amir, you owe me $300.
I don't think so.
I'm just trying to make profit off this episode.
I'm not going to pay you anything.
What is.
Also incorrect. But the answer we were looking for is what is duplicitous?
Interesting.
Yeah, because he'll come here and say, "Oh, I'm
That's
so
a great
excited to do the
word.
episode," but really all he's thinking about is cracking open that fucking can
This thing, I can have it while we're doing the episode.
of tennis balls.
Got it.
Where you get that?
I
smell.
almost was like, what is that tennis brand? Like
Pen.
No.
No,
Wilson?
Dunlop?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
What is Dunlop's brand ambassador?
What if that's like for 200?
Do, yeah.
All right. Pat controls the board.
Oh, I do. Do I? Okay, I'll take unlikely aphrodisiacs for 100.
Unlikely aphrodisiacs for 100. Fibrous wheat wafers, perfect for carbo loading before. Say it with me now. A session.
Wheat wafers. Wheat wafers. Oh. What is a Triscuit?
Correct. We were looking for Triscuits. These are sort of a sickeningly not obvious aphrodisiac in my experience.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
they're dry and coarse
Yeah.
and salty
They're,
and
no,
not
they're
good.
actually so good.
Wait, they
Right?
are,
You
they
like
are
Triscuits?
aphrodisiacs?
In a way, unlikely though.
Yeah,
in your,
certainly
in your
unlikely.
personal experience or speaking broadly?
Some of these are informed by my personal life. Some of them are informed by, I would say, the cultural conversation.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any sexual conversation around Triscuits. Do
Really?
you?
Imagine kissing a man like Jeff with Triscuit crumbs in his mustache.
All right, Amir controls the board.
Let's stick with aphrodisiacs because I don't think I've ever gotten the correct answer before, so this is
right.
exciting.
Unlikely aphrodisiacs for 200. The seeds you spit out before spitting out their seed.
Oh, ding.
Yep.
What is poppy seeds?
No.
Really?
Seeds you spit out like a snack.
So sunflower seeds.
Correct!
Oh my god, yes.
Good job, Pat.
Oh my god.
I know we're on different teams, but I feel like I'm happy
Well,
for you.
now I'm almost like winning.
I'm happy
Pat
for you.
controls the board.
Okay, let's do aphrodisiacs for 300. Let's finish out the
Unlikely
category, they always say.
Aphrodisiacs for 300. Wine made from red grapes.
I mean, what is red wine?
So.
Oh, wait, do we all get to answer?
Yeah.
Buzz, what is rosé? Don't tell me no.
What is Malbec?
What is what?
Malbec?
The correct answer is champagne.
Is that true?
Oh.
Did you guys know that champagne mostly is made from red grapes?
No.
Yes, that's crazy.
Right?
That's
anyway.
or it
This
might
is-
be wrong.
this
Back
is-
to Kat.
That's crazy or wrong. Oh, okay. What about morning joys for 300?
Morning joys for 300. Something Jeff does considers doing, every morning. Something Jeff considers doing.
What
every
is
morning.
jerking off? Really?
Jeff considers it? Who's Jeff?
That's me.
Oh.
That's another good noise for the soundboard.
Who's Jack?
You also don't have to answer.
It's hard because I don't know you.
Right.
Famous as I just
Famously,
demonstrated. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna answer because I don't want to risk my points when I'm so close to being in the lead.
What is
The correct
crunches?
The correct answer was what is making a fucking run for it?
Oh.
What is just getting in the car and just
From your partner?
Why?
not from her. She's lovely.
Yeah.
From your life.
Oh.
I think you guys have a good thing going.
It's monetizable. You know, is it comfortable? No.
Totally.
Sorry to hear.
I would never have guessed that. Now I see why I was so good at the brunch one.
All right, Pat.
Okay, wow, I'm still in control. All right, I'm new.
Don't let it get to your head,
Okay,
Pat.
let's do celebrities who saw their mommy kissing Santa Claus and were affected by it for 100.
Celebrities who saw their mommy kissing Santa Claus and were affected by it for 100. Where the sidewalk ends would not have existed had it not been this
Charles
post.
Silverstein.
Wow.
Just for the audio listeners, though, where the sidewalk
Oh, sorry.
Oh.
I kicked my friend.
where the sidewalk ends would not have existed had it not been for this poet walking in on his mom engaged in amorous congress with Father Christmas. And the correct answer is Shel Silverstein.
Yes, I'm fully winning.
Pat is in the lead with 0.
Oh, yes. Okay, let's do
I'm minus 100.
let's do celebrities for 200.
Celebrities who saw their mommy kissing Santa Claus. Witnessing his mother's infidelity at a young age drove this man to invent the fucking phone.
Oh, who's that guy again?
Who is Alexander Graham Bell?
Correct!
Nice.
Sorry to this man.
Hashtag who is Geoff?
I'm losing.
Cat controls the board.
Okay, let's do for 200.
You always go for the higher one.
What Geoff is constantly under as the host.
What
of
is
this
dress?
Oh,
Wow!
I wish I hadn't chosen to follow the rules by buzzing.
As soon as you got excited that you were winning, I was like, I want to win too.
I know, but
And a win for me, a win is a win for us.
Okay.
Back to Cat.
A win for me is a
Okay.
loss for you, and that means the world to me.
Let's do celebs for 300.
Celebrity who,
They say a lot,
saw
huh?
their mommy kissing Santa Claus and were affected by it for 300. It's no wonder why this reclusive
Who
American
is Emily
poet-
Dickinson?
Wow.
Correct!
Okay, do we have to buzz is my only question.
I think just yell.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
Learn.
It's no wonder why this reclusive American poet
should-
lived a life in solitude, and as she once watched in horror as her mother ate Santa's ass. Wild nights indeed. And the answer was, who is
Okay, I really have to go into overdrive.
Back to Cat.
What is due for 100?
Due for 100. A classic diner in Los Angeles where Geoff almost said hello to someone who looked like but wasn't actually
it called?
Jeff Dunham.
Oh my God, wait, I know it.
Yeah.
I don't
Oh, I
here.
can't remember the name of it.
Amir grew up here his entire life.
I
so you
saw
should
one of
know.
the MILFs from
Really?
Wolf Manor there one time.
I mean, I have 3 guesses, but I don't know if I can narrow it down to one. A classic diner in LA.
I mean,
I'll
you're-
guess.
Yep.
I'll guess Mel's Drive-In.
Jesus Christ. The category is due.
I think I know it, but I can't remember
do
the
part.
name.
Sorry, I forgot the do part.
Yeah, but you already buzzed out. So, Pat, do you just want to say what he just said?
Oh, I missed it.
What is due part? What is due part?
Oh, it's not fair.
And she had no
I
idea.
know. That was awesome.
That actually wasn't the one I was thinking of.
In my brain, this was still the Santa Claus category.
I thought
I
it was
watched that happen.
one.
I watched that happen to you.
yeah.
Well, here, listen, let's just round up. Let's do a roundup here for a second. Kat, you're going home with $700.
That's
Right?
awesome.
Maybe less, maybe a little bit more, but Pat, if you guess wrong, you're gonna be in debt, so you're like safe for now if you don't answer.
Yeah.
And Amir, the company has to pay me for doing this already, but
Yeah.
you might want to slide me a 200 stack,
2 bands.
2 bands, which is actually 2 grand. Cat controls the board.
What is morning joys for 100?
Morning joys for 100. Something that might make you smile.
Huh? This is so hard.
Nope, you don't. Nobody has to.
Might
answer.
make you smile.
What is a bowl of cereal?
I know
what
it
is
could be.
Folgers in your cup?
I was gonna guess that,
Were you? I knew we were thinking about that together.
but I can't risk it.
You have too much to lose.
Yes.
The correct answer we were looking for is what is when you wake up and win the lottery?
That's a
That
really good
might
answer.
make you smile.
because
That
it
might
ruins
not be your
people's
reaction.
and because it ruins people's lives.
Yeah, people die. People get hurt. Or they just become greedy.
Bag break.
All right, Amir controls the board.
Rail-
Lot to lose, lot to gain here. Come on.
Railroad gauges for 10.
Railroad gauges for 100. The name of the widest standard rail gauge in the world. Again, you do not have to answer, but I would encourage Amir to, just so I can keep making money.
12 inches.
12 inches the widest.
The correct answer is what is Brunel?
Oh,
So
did not know that.
Pat controls the board.
Okay, railroad gauges for 200.
Railroad gauges for 200. A system for operating railway wagons on 2 or more gauges to overcome difference in the track gauge.
This is so specific.
So guess.
A system for operating railway wagons on
Wagons.
2 or more gauges. I can't even
overcome
wrap my
the
head around
difference
this
in the
question.
I'm trying to like pull knowledge from watching The Gilded Age,
Oh, nice.
but it's not coming.
Yeah.
Carrie's husband.
Carrie's husband,
Do you think he's hot?
Morgan Spector.
Out of time. The
Is that
correct
his
answer is
name?
what is a bogey exchange?
That's the name of the actor.
What about this
Huh, I
isn't
wouldn't have
fun to
expected
play?
that.
He's so hot.
The
He is
silence in between
There
the
was like a
questions.
picture
I
of him
haven't
on
watched the new
Instagram.
season yet.
And the final one, the original gauge width of the Arcata and Mad River Railroad, a California nationally registered historic
I
monument.
have to risk it.
Yeah.
Buzz,
Yep.
4 feet.
That's basically correct.
Oh my God.
What is 1,156 millimeters?
Oh my god,
Good
you
job, Pat.
guys.
That's not 4 feet.
That's awesome.
It basically is.
I'm proud of you.
If
That was Jeopardy!
How do you feel being Jeff with a G?
What was that?
How do you feel being Jeff with a G?
I like it. My
that's,
mom.
it's my uncle is that.
So the
Yeah.
only annoying thing is when you're like giving information over the phone or you're at the DMV,
Sure.
it's like, no, it's actually GEO. And then
Yeah.
they're like JEO, and I'm like GEO.
I used to think as a child which I would prefer since I had
My
an
favorite
uncle.
position is GEO. Remember that?
That's really good.
Oh,
Where she
yeah,
said CEO.
yeah,
I
long
love that
time
moment. I love that
yeah.
pop culture moment.
Yeah. That was like radical.
It was punk rock.
Yeah.
You said GEO?
No, Lauren Conrad was on like Howard Stern or
So,
something.
like, what's your favorite sex position?
No, she said, what's your
what's your
favorite
position?
position? And she said CEO.
Got it. But then GEO is
So that was just a play
off
on
that.
that.
That's a
It
soundboard.
means nothing.
Got it.
Oh, no, what I said means nothing.
That's another good for the soundboard.
I'm
for
always
sure.
auditioning for the
Yeah.
soundboard.
You're auditioning for host of the Headgum podcast.
Guys, we did it. We've come to the end of the 45 minutes.
Oh my
This was a
God.
short and sweet episode. I think it was tight. I think it was just right. And I don't think we should push it any further, mostly because I have nothing else prepared.
Yeah.
For sure.
What do you guys have to plug? What do you want to point the people towards? Let's start with Kat.
Well, we'd love for people to listen to our podcast, which will newly be on the Headgum Network. It's
Yeah.
called Seek Treatment.
With Kat and Pat, if you could believe.
It's about boys, sex, fucking, dating, and love.
Yeah.
Sorry, fucking and sex?
Mhm.
Dating and love.
Yeah.
And boys.
Well, those aren't exclusive.
Yeah.
And sometimes girls.
Come on.
And then just follow us on like Instagram.
Yeah, if you care.
Yeah, you'll find us.
We believe in you.
Yeah.
And if you don't like us, I understand.
Yeah. I don't care.
I care, but I don't understand. But I care, but I also understand.
Yeah.
Amir?
I mean, also
by some
seek
miracle,
treatment.
or
Yeah, I mean, I want to point everybody towards seek treatment right now. Everybody that's listening has already followed me on Instagram. They get that one.
Mm.
Yeah.
This is my 3rd year on the show.
Sure.
Totally.
Seek treatment is the exciting new thing.
Yeah.
The new
that
girl in
everybody should
town.
follow.
Absolutely.
And our personal Instagrams.
Yeah, and we're kind of like the girl next door of podcasts.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm still thinking about 1,000 millimeters. I guess that's a meter. So
Just
yeah,
let it go,
that's
man.
meter
We're
is
trying to-
3 feet.
a little,
so
yeah, a little
actually,
trying to do
it
plugs.
is
So
pretty
1.1
close.
thousand meter. Yeah, I guess that
We're
is
actually
like 3.5
really
feet.
trying to do plugs.
Oh, sorry.
It's all right.
do you have anything you want to say?
No,
Any first and last
I'm kind of
name?
in a wave.
Yeah, okay, so
Mm.
first and last name of that person.
Yeah.
At Jeffrey James on Instagram, I almost plugged a dating app handle.
Oh my God.
What's
I'm
that?
going on a date tonight from Hinge.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you, know, do you have other?
I don't know. He just texted me and said, you should pick him up and we'll decide then.
I don't like that.
That's not a good idea. Well,
I
you know
know.
what? It's Monday. You can get in anywhere.
Edgewise,
Yeah.
I don't know that, like,
a new bar called Edgewise.
There's no way.
I don't know that we'll, like, go to dinner. I don't want to get dinner.
Huh.
What do you want to do?
I don't know. I'm open to hooking up. I'm open to, like, I don't
Oh.
drink, but I'm open to, like, getting drinks. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't
Yeah.
want it to be, like, very casual.
Yeah.
Have you ever been to Button Mash?
No.
It's like drinks, but also
You
food,
wouldn't
but
like
also
it.
an
Don't
arcade.
go. You would not
It's
like
really
it.
loud there.
It gives you an activity. to
Where is
do.
it?
It's in Echo Park.
If you like feeling
Okay.
overstimulated and like watching everybody's libido decrease.
Yeah,
don't
I
go.
feel like you work there and you're pressing the buttons.
In a way.
Yeah.
He's kind
No
of
way.
towards West Hollywood, this person. Should I
Okay.
not go?
You should go.
I know, but I'm not really in the place.
You should go to Tower Bar.
What's that?
It's like an awesome spot.
I love that.
Yeah.
He's towards West Hollywood, though.
Yeah.
Is that where that is?
It's in West Hollywood proper.
Okay.
Or
Or
Poppy?
is that crazy?
Is that fucking insane?
Who says no to
Just to get a
Poppy?
table on a Monday?
What's that?
It's like a legit club.
Jeff's a part owner of this fucking club. in
Really?
East
Are you really?
Hollywood.
It's like so
Jeff,
minority
tell
owner.
us about it.
Well, and I'm the only minority owner.
Yeah.
We'll see you next week.
That was a Headgum original.